PM, we'll call our meeting order. Start with
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, roll call please, Marie.
Mrs. Medina? Here. Mr. Beer?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mrs. Rayon? Here. Mr. Krings?
Here.
Mr. Bembo?
Here.
Thank you, Maureen. First item on our agenda is the student representative report, so I'm guessing you're giving your farewell.
Yeah. So this will be my last time, but this is Jayla, and she'll be the new student school work rep.
Okay.
And then she's a junior.
Okay.
And just some things that I have is that we had 3 national finalists at the DECA ICDC competition. It was Joe, Justin, Jake, and they presented on the SBE, which is our WolfSat. It's a student-based enterprise project, is what the title is. And they're the first people that we've had on. Well, Nate Hepp was on stage last year, but they're the first finalists that we've had, so that was really exciting. And then student council placed first overall at their state conference last month. And then we just had Night of Roses last week, which recognized Lincoln Scholar athletes. And then next week we'll have scholarship night for all of the graduating seniors who earned scholarships. So that's really exciting. And then the Encourage lunch beyond will be on the 23rd also.
Excellent. So what are your plans after this?
I will be attending at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the School of Business for International Business and Finance.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Recognition for your service. Desiree, we have this plaque. It says an appreciation for service and leadership to the students of the Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools in serving as student representative to the Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools Board of Education from 2017-18 to 2018-19. So thank you very much for your service.
You did a really good job reporting, everyone. We learned some really good things. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And welcome, Jacqueline. Look forward to working with you for the next year or 2. You get 2 years now?
No, just 1.
Okay. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for your report and thank you for your service. That's great. Okay, we'll move on to the minutes.
Okay, I would make a motion that the Special Board of Education meeting closed session of April 2nd, the regular Board of Education meeting of April 8th, the Special Board of Education meeting open and closed of April 8th, Special Board of Education meeting reorganizational meeting April 22nd, and the Special Board of Education meeting open and closed, that they be approved as printed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second that the meeting minutes from the Special Board of Education meeting closed session on April 2nd, the regular Board of Education meeting of April 8th, the Special Board of Education meeting open and closed session of April 8th, the Special Board of Education meeting reorganization meeting of April 22nd, and the Special Board of Education meeting open and closed session of April 22nd be approved as printed. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Those minutes are approved. Next item is comments from citizens and delegations. We have any?
There are none.
Okay, thank you. Move on to committee reports. Educational services. Mr. Rimbo.
Oh, no.
It's me.
I'm changed.
That's okay.
That's right. I'll get it. Might take me a while, but Mary, educational services.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
The Educational Services Committee held its regular meeting on May 6, 2019. There were 10 consent agenda items. Does anyone need any held out? Okay, then the committee recommends, and I move to approve the following. ES1, Board Policy 458, Student Wellness for first reading. Lizzie Severson, our food service director, explained the proposed changes to the policy as a result of the Department of Public Instruction audit. ES2, the proposed agriculture curriculum, family and consumer science curriculum, and technology and engineering curriculum, beginning with the 2019-20 school year. Eric Seiler, our CII subcommittee chairperson for career and tech ed, along with Andrew Cook, agriculture teacher, Lynn Borski, family and consumer science teacher, and Adam Kwanowski, technology education teacher, shared proposed curriculums for agriculture, family and consumer science, and technology and engineering. Mission and vision statements were shared, as well as highlights from specific courses. Mrs. Borski also shared a short activity with the committee on how to safely remove gloves without contaminating your hands. And we used honey. We'll go on to ES3, which was to approve the proposed math curriculum beginning with the 2019-20 school year. Kim Akey, our Math CII Subcommittee Chairperson and Coordinator of Math, along with Missy Hemmerman, Math teacher at Wisconsin Rapids Area Middle Schools, shared the proposed K through 12 math curriculum. The department's mission, vision, and best practices, along with a slideshow of K-12 students engaging in math activities, was also shared. The committee and audience participated in a short math activity called Number Talk. ES4, to approve the revisions of the co-curricular activities Code of Conduct for the 2019-20 school year. Ron Rasmussen shared proposed revisions to the co-curricular activities Code of Conduct for the 2019-20 school year. The co-curricular activities Code of Conduct will be part of the online verification process for all students starting with the 2019-20 school year. ES5, to approve the proposed modifications to the Lincoln High School Agenda Planner and the Wisconsin Rapids Area Middle School Agenda Planner for the 2019-20 school year. ES6 was to approve the 2019-20 Professional Development Plan as set out in Attachment J. And with that, Kathy Stebbins-Hance explained the proposed plan. A state and district goal, both based on narrowing our student achievement gap, has been added to the plan. ES7, to approve the professional day schedule for the 2019-20 school year as set out in Attachment K. And Kathy reviewed the proposed schedule of professional development days for the 19-20 school year. ES8, to approve the application for the school-based mental health services grant in the amount of $75,000 for the 2019-20 school year. Kathy stated that the 2018-19 grant dollars have been used to work with the community to bring mental health services into the schools. The WRPS Behavior and Mental Wellness Committee would like to apply for the grant once again to continue to provide better access to mental health services for WRPS students. ES9, to approve the application for the peer review and mentor grant in the amount of $25,000 for the 2019-20 school year. Kathy stated the district's comprehensive new colleague program is in consortium with the Coosa and Port Edwards Public Schools. Once again, the consortium would like to apply for the peer review and mentor grant in order to defray some of the costs of the program. And ES10, Craig Braun, our superintendent, indicated that Mead Elementary Charter Governing Council has voted to dissolve the charter. Programs that began as a result of the charter have been sustained through other means. Paperwork has become very cumbersome to continue as a charter school, and as a result, Mead Elementary Charter School will no longer exist, and Mead Elementary School will take its place. Due to costs, an outside sign that was purchased with the charter school name will not be replaced. And that's it for consent agenda. So I made the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve ES1 through ES10. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Okay, and then we went on to a couple of updates. We had our 2018-19 building restructuring report, and the three building principals reported on their respective buildings. Mr. Rasmussen reported that at LHS, the transition has improved instructional consistency and knowledge of scope and sequence with the staff. Traffic and parent drop-offs has been the biggest issue. Mrs. Genter stated that at Rams, the new space for grade 6 students is working out well and is a beautiful area. Response from the community has been very positive, and veteran staff from East Junior High has been very helpful and knowledgeable. As with LHS, outside traffic is a concern. Mrs. Phelps indicated that the Think and Vesper students are blending well together and are thought of as our kids. There is plenty of space in the building, and parent response has been excellent. There are some concerns with the timing of busing. And last, we had student travel, and Kathy updated us on the student travel in the district. So with that, I make a motion to approve the Ed Services Committee meeting of Monday, May 6th.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of the Educational Service Committee of May 6, 2019. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Thank you for your report. Next, we have business services.
I'll take that. Thank you, John.
But we were done before you.
I was going to bring that up. Staying here. First time in 9 years that personnel services was done before business services. And we heard about it.
I tried to go.
Our meeting, but we had to wait 5 minutes for Dan because we had to wake him up. So we started our meeting on May 6th, we had no public comment, and out of our meeting, we had 3 consent agenda items. Anybody want anything held out? Okay, none. Our first one was similar to the one in the last one, is that it's board policy 760 and 760 rule, food and nutritional services program for first reading. As Leslie stated in the ed services, she also stated the same thing in our meeting, that the revision came into light as part of the latest food service audit. The main thing that we upgraded was to replace the district's non-discrimination statement with the USDA statement of non-discrimination. And so I'm going to just do this one. So the committee recommends, and I move that we accept the proposed modification to Board Policy 760 and 760 Rule, Food and Nutrition Services Program for first reading. Our second consent agenda item was Phil brought forward Meraki wireless access points, and these are basically for our Wi-Fi and the routers to get Wi-Fi around the better Wi-Fi around their wireless access systems, their points around the buildings. The district is seeking to purchase a total of 44 Meraki wireless access points for the use at Washington Grove, Woodside, Grant, and Mead Elementary Schools to replace older and outdated units. The committee recommends, and I move that we purchase the 44 Meraki wireless access points from PDS at a total cost of $32,340, with $25,872 to be funded from E-rate, and the remaining balance be funded from the district technology budget. There is one caveat on this one, is that if the E-rate money doesn't come through, we probably won't either purchase all of them or just any.
Probably not all of them, yeah.
Probably not all of them. So that is the caveat with that, because we don't know what is going to truly happen with E-rate. And then our last one item is a network wiring project at Mead Elementary, which the networking infrastructure at Mead is in dire need of an upgrade. The last upgrade took place in the early 1990s. And unfortunately was done with subpar techniques and cabling, especially in today's market or today's technology. This is clearly evident as the technology department adds computer technology, security systems, and HVAC systems. All of them run on a computer-based program. The administration recommends, and we recommend the proposed rewire of Mead Elementary to be completed by current technologies at a total cost of $109,710, with $37,738 to be funded from E-rate, and the remaining balance funded from the district technology budget. We still have the caveat with the E-rate dollars, but unfortunately this project has to be done no matter what, because the building just needs the upgrade. Otherwise, technology won't be working over there. And we may not even be able to do testing and that type of thing. So with that, I recommend, or the committee recommends, and I move that we accept the 3 consent agenda items.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve BS 1, 2, and 3. We have roll call, please, Maureen.
Mrs. Medina?
Yes.
Mr. Bembo?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Raynald?
Yes.
Mr. Krings?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
And then we had some purchase updates. One of them is dealing with asbestos abatement in several of our buildings. The vocabulary, which is our library media subscription, CISA 6, district website design, Paragon services for Chromebooks, and then library subscription for library media resources. And the only consent or future agenda item we have would be the building trades tour, which is scheduled for June 3rd at 4 p.m. With that, I submit the balance of our meeting minutes for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of the Business Service Committee of May 6, 2019. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries, minutes approved. Thank you for the report, John. Next, we'll circle back to personnel. Sandy's not with us tonight, so Mary's going to give the report.
Okay, thanks, John. Personnel Services held its regular meeting on Monday, May 6th. There were 6 consent agenda items. Does anyone need anything else? Okay, then the committee recommends, and I move to approve PS1, which was 5 professional staff appointments for the 2019-20 school year as listed. PS2, 2 support staff appointments as listed. PS3 has 7, pardon?
7.
Yeah, PS3 had 7 professional staff resignations. PS4 had 3 support staff resignations. PS5, 3 support staff early retirements. And PS6 was to approve the 2019-20 open enrollment applications under the open enrollment law pending a review of discipline records and special services.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve PS1 through PS6. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
And then I would move to approve the Personnel Services Committee meeting minutes of Monday, May 6, 2019.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of the Personnel Services Committee of May 6, 2019. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The minutes are approved. Carried. Move on to agenda referrals and information requests. Do you have anything this month? Okay, legislative agenda. Anything going on, John?
Unfortunately, yes. One of the things I included in our board packet when we were talking about trying to be advocates for education, this is something, an example I found that Appleton had done with the joint finance committees. Again, really must have fell on some deaf ears because not much has happened on it, but it's one way of doing it. So these are kind of examples, and as I find them, I'm going to close them so that when we have workshop on that, we have some background to look at and that type of thing. Latest we have is out of the Joint Finance Committee, and they basically killed about 114 items in Governor Eber's budget. The ones that hit us are general school aids and revenue limits. They're taking out relocation of property tax funding, revenue limit adjustments, for lead testing, 4-year-old kindergarten membership, and limit on number of school district referendums. Categorical aid, dealing with driver education aid, taking that out. A whole raft of stuff on choice charter and open enrollment. Basically, they just pulled all of that out. And it was ironic that one of the things that I believe it was Senator Nygren. I think it's Senator Nygren. He had said basically we can't afford this type of thing in the budget. But yet, most of it was the cap, the money going to charters and to private schools. Broadband provisions, they're looking at pulling some of that out. And then utility contribution for energy efficiency and renewables resource programs, and we'll pull that out. State carbon-free electricity goal is coming out. And that's basically for the education, what they're pulling out. Then I just saw one today. The Joint Finance Committee continues voting on the budget. Next up is educational technology. So tomorrow, they're voting on a number of items. One is to eliminate TEACH, the educational technology training grants, transferring $24 million of the federal E-rate funding meant for schools and libraries for the state's broadband expansion, and then continue TEACH infrastructure grants until 2021, but reduce funding for these grants from $7.5 million to $3 million. And these were all discussed during the Legislative Fiscal Bureau budget papers. So if you want to look at any of that, that is all online on the WASB site. Basically, you can hit the links and get it. I mean, one group here is 15 pages that are on what's being yanked out of the budget of the 115 line items that they're taking out. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
All right, well, thanks for the report. Move on to the bills.
Okay, I would make a motion that the receipts be noted and the bills be paid as printed.
We have a motion and a second that the receipts be noted and bills paid as printed. We have roll call, please, Mark.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayo?
Yes?
Mr. Benbow?
Yes.
Mr. Krings?
Yes.
Mrs. Medina?
Yes.
And then, John, I'd like to point out that on the bills, or I should say the receipts, we have about $41,000 in focus on energy rebate money coming back. $2,700 for a rebate on boiler tune-ups, and then $36 for the rebate for the new construction project at Rams. That's all good money.
Yep.
Thanks, Ed.
Get it.
Okay, to move into new business, item 8, possible action on employee appointments, resignations, and retirement requests.
So you should have in the back of that gray packet, a resignation, Lisa Banks, a counselor up at Lincoln High School, along with 2 new staff professional staff appointments, Rose Pearl and Emily Neiman. And I'll say, I know I've only been doing this for a year, but these are the first 2 that have actually accepted immediately when offered, and were also like overjoyed when they were offered the job. So they're very, very excited to be part of WRPS.
That's the kind of people we want.
Absolutely. No twisting arms.
Then also, excuse me, the first item on that supplementary sheet you have is unfortunately the resignation of an associate principal hire we made, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And that's for Jamie D. Felice. There's an email that he sent that's attached with his signature indicating that he elected to take a position elsewhere. And after the fact, we have determined that that's Marshfield School District. So same job, and that's where he's residing. So that does make sense. The Lincoln position, the AP position, is posted. And as of today, I believe there was 19 applicants or something like that.
Yep.
So I have every confidence we'll be able to find a quality person for that job, and we'll reconvene. Ron Rasmussen will reconvene the interview committee, and we'll have a name for you probably in June.
We'll be printing on the handbooks.
And he didn't sign the contract, so he can't collect liquidated damages, and I'm saying that so Sandy can watch this at home and hear that we checked, and we don't really have any recourse. So.
Well, then I'd make a motion to approve the administration's resignation of Jamie D. Felice, to approve the professional staff resignation request of Lisa Banks, effective June 11th, and to approve the professional staff appointments of Rose Schiffel and Emily Nimmelman, effective with the 2019-20 school year.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the administration resignation request of Jamie D. Felice, effective May 13th. Motion to approve the professional staff resignation request of Lisa Banks, effective June 11th. And a motion to approve the professional staff appointments of Rose Schiffel and Emily Ninneman, effective with the 2019-20 school year. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Another item, possible action to approve the addition of a student technology helper position.
Yeah, I guess I can take this one, because this is coming from our technology department in Lincoln High School. You've been hearing a lot about the one-to-one Chromebook roll. You'll hear more about it in June at the Ed Services meeting. You'll hear all about it. But in anticipation of that rolling out, we have a lot of work to do this summer, and we anticipate some work to do during the school year next year. Obviously, I'm going to assume you read the background information. It pretty much states exactly what I'm looking for and what we're looking for. We've done background, with research, and most districts say the first year you roll our program, you expect about 20% damage. And that's been pretty consistent across almost all the districts we've talked to in the first year, and then it kind of levels out after that and goes back to about 8 to 10%. Because the students kind of understand that they need it, they learn how to take care of it, and so forth. So that's kind of what we're going to plan on. We don't really know what it'll be, but looking for this student helper for 1 year at least, and then we'll reevaluate and see if we need it moving forward. And this position would be a little different, that we would only have that worker actually work if there was stuff to do. So if there's nothing to do in the school year, they would just go home for the day. So.
Do you have anyone in mind yet for the position?
We're going to be doing interviews May 22nd, so we've got probably 6 or 7 kids already showing interest right now. So we do have some.
Skills to have.
Absolutely. What are the most common things that they do to Chromebooks in this first step?
The two most common things we're anticipating will either be damage to the power charging cord or the screen. Because a lot of times kids will set pens on the screen and then the bell will ring and they'll close their Chromebook lid quickly. And if they had a pencil or a pen in there, and it could potentially damage the keyboard as well. So those are probably the 3 top things that happen.
Do the screens freeze? Can they freeze if you're out in the cold?
Not really. I mean,
It's a bigger problem if you have them like in your car and it's 100 degrees outside.
yeah, heat is worse.
Then you can have problems. But
Well, it's good to know we're repairing them and not replacing them. It seems like with the cost of repair nowadays, it's just cheaper to buy a new unit.
Yeah, well, we can get prices pretty inexpensive, and then if we have somebody that can do it, you know, it's cheaper.
Yeah. And I'm guessing they can probably do some work for friends with cracked screens. We get a lot of phones with cracked screens.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve the addition of a student in the youth apprenticeship program on a one-year trial basis for the summer of 2019 and during the 2019-20 school year to support the Chromebook one-to-one program.
We have a motion and a second to approve the addition of a student in the youth apprenticeship program on a one-year trial basis for the summer of 2019 and during the 2019-20 school year to support the Chromebook one-to-one program. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Looking ahead at the calendar, when we're done here, we have a closed session meeting.
we're going to be in 111
111.
as the city's in disrepair.
Okay. Looks like there's a CISA 5 annual convention Thursday, and we're out into June. And just a reminder that we have the trade homes tour at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock that day. So that we're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.